Hello and welcome to the Morton Matchday programme.
Controlling it, firing it in! What a goal that is from Morton! Outstanding striking!
Coming up on this week's programme, Ian Murray reflects upon his superb win on the road before looking ahead to this week's visitors, Arbroath. There's an exclusive interview with new General Manager of Greenock Morton, Mark Kelly. There's a returning feature in Ton the Spot, and our pre-match player interview will be with Cammy Blues. We'll be looking back to a classic encounter with the Red Lichties and a reminder of a special Scottish World Cup moment. Now, the boys carved out a very special win on the road last week at Somerset Park against Ayr United. But this weekend, there's a different challenge with Arbroath coming to Capello. Here's the gaffer.
Ian, first off, how important was last week's 1-0 win, and what was it that you saw from the players that really pleased you most?
Yeah, it was important. Obviously, any 3 points at this stage of the season is most welcome, regardless of where that is, home or away. It wasn't a great game, I didn't think, even though we won it. You know, as I said, it is most welcome, but we have played a lot better in games and not came away with any points. So, you know, football has a funny way of these things happening. Somerset Park is always a very, very tough place to go at any stage of the season, regardless of however Ayr United are doing. So for us to go down there with a fairly makeshift forward line in particular was really pleasing.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned there the makeshift forward line, but in terms of games that we've maybe played better and not got more out of, how much does that really tell you about the team when you can go down to Ayr and put in that sort of performance?
Yeah, in fairness to the players, you know, in most games since I've been here, they've done really well. They've had to dig in. They've had so much adversity throughout the season, not just the period that I've been here, but literally from day one. There's been a lot of change around the football club, on the pitch, off the pitch, you know, and that happens, and you have to go and deal with it. So I think they've shown really good professionalism in terms of coming in every day, keeping their appetite and hunger high to go and do the best they can. We all know, you know, Monday to Friday is where we do our training stuff, and we try to get messages across and give them little ideas and stuff on opposition and how we want to try and do things. But ultimately it comes down to the 90 odd minutes on a Saturday that everybody sees and is a result of your work throughout the week. So to go down there and score so early in the game, a really, really good goal, terrific cross from Nathan, good full-back play from Aaron on the opposite side and getting in and defending that lead fairly well for the most of the, basically it wasn't our 90 minutes, we had to go and do it for plus some as well due to the bad injury to the Ayr United player. So really, really happy with their character. I've never really questioned that, apart from after the opening game in the Scottish Cup, but since then we've shown a real determination in our play. At times we've shown good quality, so Saturday was certainly one where we had to go and dig it out a bit.
Yeah, you mentioned in there not really questioning the player's character, but obviously when you go on a run of 4 straight defeats, it can obviously affect them. You know, how much of a lift have you seen in preparation this week?
Yeah, I think it's human nature. It will affect you in some way. You know, as manager, it's slightly different. You have to keep believing in what you're doing and what you're seeing with your own eyes as well, and at times try and block out you know, other opinions on it, because it's very easy to get it blurred and go and change so quickly. And as you touched on, it was 4 defeats in a row. That, you know, we touched on it pre-match last week in an interview and didn't want to hide away from it, because facts are facts. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how well you play, you have to, in the end, try and get points and win games. But I just felt the way we were playing, particularly in a couple of the games that we lost, we were really, really good. We were really, really unfortunate, and I don't like blaming on, you know, fortune or misfortune in games. I think over the course of a 90-minute game or a season, you get what you deserve. But I did feel in at least 2 of those games, it didn't show a true reflection of how we'd played.
Yeah, and how has preparation been this week?
It's been really good, as you know, as usual. To be fair to the players, they come alive in the training pitch, and on game day, we're looking in in a bit healthier position than we were certainly this time last week. Welcome back. Michael Halloran's trained really well. Of course, we get Curtis Main back. We get Ruben back as well from his suspension. Of course, Grant will drop out due to suspension as well. But that's the way it's gone for us at the moment. It can't seem to get everybody together all at the same time. But certainly, probably the healthiest we've been since I came in the door. So really looking forward to tomorrow. Going to have a really strong 11 on the pitch. Going to have a really strong bench to back them up.
Yeah, and how important is that going into a game against an informed side sitting third in the table?
Yeah, really important. Arbroath have done remarkably well this season. Colin and David deserve all the plaudits that they have got. They're sitting third for a reason. At this stage, you are where you are. So they'll be really chuffed with how they've got on. They'll be looking, to have a last push before they go into the playoffs, because they're pretty much guaranteed the playoff position now, and full credit to them. We have to be on our game. We know how difficult it's going to be. I'm looking forward to getting a decent game this time against them, because obviously last time when we went up to Gayfield, the weather dictated there wasn't much football played, although it was a great point for us on the night. Tomorrow will be different.
Yeah, I'm just touching on that in terms of last time out against Arbroath. How much does that help, knowing that you can set up your team not playing against the weather?
Yeah, hopefully the weather stays calm down this way for tomorrow afternoon. But yeah, it does. Look, we're looking forward to a good game. The pitch is looking excellent once again. Hopefully we get a good turnout from both sets of supporters, albeit with the early kick-off, and we look forward to a good game of football. Like I say, last game was a complete washout really in terms of football and quality. It was more about grit, determination, battle, all the things we will need again tomorrow, but hopefully tomorrow we can put a bit more quality on show. And
this season against Arbroath, it certainly seems to have been a fixture with really not much in it. I suppose you must be expecting much of the same tomorrow.
Yeah, of course. Look, we go into the game go and try and win it by as many goals as we can. And unfortunately, football is never or very seldom that easy. Arbroath will come with a game plan. They've got very good individual players, but I think their main strength is they're a very good team. As I said, David and Colin deserve all the credit they're getting for assembling that team and getting them going to a certain extent. So we know we're going to have to play well. We're going to have to try and play to our strengths. Make sure we get our attacking players involved in the game as much as we can, make sure we've got loads and loads of energy in the game, because it's so important in this division. And we also know if we fall short and we decide to turn up and we're not quite at it, or we don't quite have the legs, then it's a long afternoon.
Yeah, and coming into the final phase of the season now, 6 games to go, we see teams obviously catching up in terms of games played. We saw the results midweek. It really does tighten up the table even more, doesn't it? Yeah, the league's really tight. As we've been saying for weeks now, kind of 5th down the bottom is really tight. Obviously, this weekend changes again. The amount of games each team's played just with international call-offs. All we can do, and our message to the players all week, is look after ourselves. What happens elsewhere is completely out of our control. We know what we've got to do. We've got 6 games. We've got 3 at home, 3 away. We try to take as many points as we possibly can. Our first aim, and it still is to maintain our status in this division. After that, we'll then look upwards and see how high we can finish. But there's no doubt last week's result has pulled a few other teams into it. But last week counts for nothing if we don't win tomorrow. Hi, just want to say a big thank you to all our supporters who are coming to follow us home and away. One big push to go towards the end of the season to secure our status in the Championship, and we look forward to welcoming you all to the Player of the Year event at the end of the season.
Our thanks to the gaffer there, and yes, remember, voting will be opening soon on the Greenock Morton Player of the Year night. Now, Mark Kelly has been a lifelong supporter of Greenock Morton. He was a volunteer here when we did the live stream for Ton TV. He then became commercial executive, and now we're proud to say he's the general manager of Greenock Morton Football Club. He sat down for a chat about his new role with Gareth.
Mark, first of all, thanks for sitting down for this interview today, and congratulations, of course, on the promotion to General Manager. How proud a moment is it for you, and how have you found the first couple of weeks?
Very proud, to be fair. It's something that I've kind of always thought was achievable for myself when I first came into the club. I was just delighted when I got the nod after going through the interview process. There's been a lot to take in. I've got a lot of good people around me though that's helped me and supporting me and getting me up to speed with stuff that I need to be. But I'm absolutely delighted, is the honest answer.
You're of course a lifelong Morton fan as well. Can you just give us a bit of background in your time supporting the club and some of your memories during that time?
Yeah, I mean, I've been a supporter probably since I was like 8 years old. I used to stand the Sinclair Street end. As everybody knows, Morton's been through a lot over the past few years. You know, some right good highs from going to Hampden against Aberdeen, and some right lows in the dark time of the club. I remember as well walking with Save the Ton from Greenock Town Hall, and Mr McGraw had all the fans rallied around, and we marched from Town Hall here to Capello, and there's too many memories to go over. But it's a roller coaster being a Morton fan. And
not just in terms of memories supporting the club, but you of course first started getting involved with the club during the COVID-19 pandemic as part of the Ton TV live streams. And I mean, when you came in at that point, did you ever imagine that you'd be in the position you're in now?
Well, as you know, during the COVID pandemic, no fans, and I hope we never get back to that. That was surreal. But being able to help the live stream and get the money keep coming in was always a major focus. I can't say at that point that I ever thought I'd be general manager, but to be honest, when I joined as commercial executive, I was very fortunate to be able to come in at that point. That was 4 years ago. Even at that point, I always knew I had the drive and determination that I wanted to work my way up throughout the business and, progress my own career. I've done that in previous, employments. So it is a dream to become the general manager, but it's something that I think I've worked hard for. I don't think I've just been given it. I believe I've got it on merit. Everybody that knows me is I'm the first to roll my sleeves up and get jobs done in and around the stadium when it needs it. It's mine to lose in a sense, and the one thing I can promise everybody is that I'll put my whole heart and soul into it, and nobody will be able to say that I've never given it my best. You of course mentioned in there about rolling your sleeves up and getting jobs done. You've worked across many different areas at the club during your time at Capello. How has that experience prepared you for this job? I think it's gave me a right level grounding. That we know what needs done around the place. Everybody has to muck in, so that kind of grounding's it's given me a good stepping stone. I'm not coming into this position with the blinkers on or blind. I know what we need to do. I know what we need to work on. Yourself and the rest of the staff, we know what needs to happen. So yeah, I'm very excited and looking forward to the journey. You've seen the club as well from different perspectives, a volunteer, a member of staff, and now in your position of leadership as well. How important is that understanding of the club's culture and community for you in this role? Yeah, again, it's very similar to the previous answer. I'm not coming in here not knowing what Morton's all about. I'm not coming in here not knowing any of the staff or anything like that. So again, it just gives us that good platform. I'm not coming in and having to catch my tail. I've got a wee bit of head start. I know what we need to do. I know where we need to get to. So again, I think that's just a massive benefit to me. And for yourself, commercial growth has of course been a big focus in recent years. How important is it going to be to continue developing partnerships and commercial opportunities for your plans moving forward? That part's critical, I would say. A community-owned club, like Greenock Morton, we're quite unique in that sense. So growing our commercial revenue, keeping the existing partnerships we've got is going to be massive. I think I've got a very good relationship with a lot of the partners we've got. But obviously, if we can grow that in any way, then that's going to be massive to help the club in the long term. And Greenock Morton is of course a club with a very strong and passionate supporter base as well. How important is it going to be for you to maintain a strong relationship with the fans and the wider community? That's going to be massive as well. I think a lot of people know who I am, especially in the fan base. I think when it got announced I was successful in getting the role, the majority of that was very nice. Some of the banter was particularly funny, so me, I like a bit of that. I think over the past few years we've mentioned this fan engagement. Sometimes I feel as though we're saying it for the sake of saying it. I want to really grow the fan engagement. People know where I am in Capello. They can always come and see me, whether that be from the cowshed or other supporters that are around the stadium. That's going to be massive. Another thing that we're going to be announcing very soon is the season tickets. We're going to try and launch them a wee bit early this year, hopefully with a couple of wee changes from what we've done previously that people will find and they'll be happy. But fan engagement, it works both ways. We can hear what the fans are looking for, we know what they want, we know what we want to deliver, and it's down to us to deliver it.
And looking ahead now, what are some of the main priorities that you'd like to focus on in your sort of first period as general manager?
Yeah, so obviously we've got our safety certificate coming up. That one's massive. So the plan is to try and get everything done so we get that first time this season. Another priority we've got is our Player of the Year event. That's going to be coming up on the 2nd of May. We hope to be able to see as many fans there as possible and celebrating what's been an up and down year. I think from the start of the season it's been challenging, it's been fun. But we can see now where the team's kind of looking to go. So hopefully we can get as many fans in and we can have a good night as the same as we did last year.
Our thanks to Mark there, congratulations to him on the appointment and keep up the good work. Now, our pre-match feature this week will be with Cammy Blues, but ahead of that it's the return of the Ton the Spot item, and this time it's the turn of Cian Taylor and Ruben Lapata-White.
Perth.
Oh my days, I know this. What is it? It's not Sydney. I forgot.
Begins with C, doesn't it? I don't know what it is. I know what it is, but like, it's not going to come to me because I can never get this question.
You have a clue?
It's like
Canberra. Oh no, not Canberra.
I'm
It's
never
like
going
cantaloupe,
to
but no.
I'm never going to get this question. I think I should get it because I knew it would.
No, you didn't get the answer. No, it was 0-0.
Right, okay. Which planet is known as the Red Planet?
Mars.
Who wrote the play Romeo and Juliet?
Shakespeare.
Oh my gosh, flying.
What's the largest ocean on Earth?
Atlantic. Pacific. That was same time?
That's me.
You
got it wrong.
Alright, cool. 2-1.
What element has the chemical symbol O?
Oxygen. Draw.
Point each other.
3-1.
Who painted the Mona Lisa?
Not Van Gogh. Da Vinci. Leonardo.
I've never got that.
Which river flows through London?
Thames.
Oh my god.
Is that 5-1?
Yep. Where would you find the Great Pyramids of Giza?
Egypt.
Yeah, give it, mate.
What is the smallest prime number?
3-1.
0.
It's 2.
This is bad.
What language is primarily spoken in Brazil?
Portuguese.
Well, it's a 7-1.
Which country won the 2018 World Cup?
France.
I might bring it back here. God. Russia? No. Say any country.
France.
Get back to me. Since we both got it wrong, can you give us a continent?
Asia.
Japan.
Japan?
Come on! I thought I was going to say Japan the first time.
In which sport would you compete for the Stanley Cup?
Golf. No, it's bad.
Is it? Oh, what's that sport? Cricket? No.
Stanley Cup. Don't tell me it's horse racing. I'll say.
No idea, you know. That's a quite answer, by the way. Rugby?
No. I'll give you one more attempt each.
Stanley. I feel like I've heard it. Is it like really well known? Oh, this is bad.
Don't know about
Stanley Cup. Without
I've
a ball.
I've heard this.
Pass.
Right, well,
Yeah, go on.
ice hockey.
Ice hockey. Ah,
NHL.
Never would have got
fairs.
Okay. In American football, how many points is a touchdown worth before a conversion?
that. 5.
7.
3.
Higher or lower than 10?
I can't give him that.
Higher or lower than 10?
Can I answer? Yeah, can I answer?
Why do you want? No, sorry. Why can't you answer? Why would you be able to answer? 6. Yes.
Is it? I've lost.
Which club is known as the Old Lady?
Football club.
Aberdeen.
The Old Lady. English. Scottish. Oh, don't know. Oh, Juventus. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Who is the all-time World Cup top scorer?
Miroslav Klose.
Yeah.
Which sport would you compete for the Ryder Cup?
Golf.
Who's the only player to have won the Champions League with 3 different clubs?
Ronaldo. No, Ruben.
Di Maria.
This is atrocious ball knowledge. Wow.
AC Milan and Real Madrid.
Oh, no, he's not won that. Ronaldinho.
Dutch played for AC Milan.
I think I know
Did
who
you
it
read
is.
Hullet? Yeah, that's
Marco van Basten. No? Okay.
We're struggling here, by the way.
We have to get this. Come on.
Dutch played
Dutch.
for
Man.
Real Madrid and AC.
I'm just thinking of Dutch players right now.
Well retired.
Clarence Seedorf.
Oh, he did play for Madrid. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that, like, but know who it is.
Which club is nicknamed the Bantams?
Bradford.
That's not why. He's from there. What's going on here? This is fixed. This is.
Hey,
fixed.
you might get Preston when he knows.
Who holds the record for the fastest hat-trick in Premier League history?
Oh my,
Mane.
Shane Long.
Sorry, Manny.
Oh.
He's got the
Oh no, he's the
fastest
fastest
goal,
goal. Yeah. Yeah, got mixed up.
Fun.
Therefore won that. What's the score saying?
Boise, yourself and the boys are obviously coming off a great win away against Dare United last week. How would you reflect on that match?
As you said, great win. Really good performance, I thought. Quite attacking first half, which was really good, and then a good solid defensive performance in the second half. So I was deserved, I think.
Of course, it was important to pick up the 3 points, but how good was it for the squad as a whole to get that win after what was a tough spell recently?
Definitely, I think even the games we were losing, I think we still played well. So the signs were there that it was always going to turn, and hopefully we can build on the 3 points, as you said.
And for you personally, how pleased were you to get back out on the pitch?
I was really happy. It was quite frustrating time. Obviously, it was only kind of 3-4 weeks, but it was frustrating to watch knowing you can't help. And the boys battled hard. There was a few of us obviously injured and suspended as well, but we're starting to get numbers back for the running. So hopefully we can kick on a wee bit.
Yeah, and I think I spoke about it with Ian after the match on Saturday, but it really does say so much about this team when maybe options are low in certain areas, but boys like yourself coming back and really running yourselves into the ground.
Aye, 100%. Needs to be done for the cause. It's been a tough season for everyone, but as you said, players coming back. Hopefully have a few more back tomorrow. So we're looking forward to the game.
And 6 games to go now, starting off against Arbroath tomorrow. What are you expecting from this one?
A tough game. Boring answer, but it will be a tough game. We've actually played quite well against them and had good results this year, but they're a really good side. Sitting pretty comfortable in third and a lot of experience for the spine of their team, so we know it'll be a tough game.
Yeah, you mentioned there the previous games against Arbroath. It's been real battles against them this season, but 3 games and 2 draws and a win in that one. But I suppose can take confidence, especially from the last time out here at Capello.
I suppose, aye. Every game's different, obviously, but we're just looking to try and build on the momentum from last week. obviously a decent performance. So we're hoping to try and get another clean sheet and then hopefully score some goals as well.
It's of course important to build momentum at any stage of the season, but how crucial is it now at this stage to go out there and try and build on last week's win?
100%. I think, as you said, we need to just try and keep that momentum, keep our results positive. We can't control what else goes on in the league, so we need to just focus on ourselves and hopefully get 3 points tomorrow.
Thanks to everyone who made a contribution to this week's programme, and thanks to you as always for tuning in. Remember to come down here on Saturday for the early kick-off against Arbroath, and we finish today with our last encounter against the Red Lichties. And also we finish with a classic Scottish World Cup football moment, courtesy of our special guest in hospitality this week, former Morton player Joe Jordan.
Morgan, Stephen. Superb header. Keeper can't reach it. The ball's in the net.